Hi there. So today's anime is about a boy who, when he becomes sexually aroused, he vomits. Hello, my name is Steve Gerhardt, and this is the Anagi Observer. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching today's anime review of DNA Squared. Now, DNA Squared is one of those anime where quite a few people kind of maybe heard about it on the fringes or heard somebody talk about it, but most people I don't think have actually seen it. But in your group of otaku, I'm sure there's that one person who has, and so when you bring it up and you say, has anyone seen DNA Squared, you're going to have that one person who's going to go, oh, that. DNA Squared is not the worst anime that was ever made. That can go to other anime like Chargeman Ken, that they can have that dubious honor. But they are not. But DNA Squared is also not the best anime ever made. As a matter of fact, it's at best it's mediocre. At worst, you're just kind of like, I'm watching a boy puke every time he gets sexually aroused by a woman, and that's like the actually running gag of the anime. Now, the story of the anime is very simple. It's based around the boy who vomits over women, and his name is Junta. And of course, as I've said, he has an allergic reaction to women when he becomes sexually aroused by them. And he throws up. And yes, it's a visual throw. It's not like he goes off screen and throws off. He throws up right then and there. Just like Stan in South Park. Anyway, so it's a science fiction story. And what happens is that this woman, Karen, who is part of a kind of police agency that goes back in time to change people's genetics in case there's a problem in the future. And the current problem in the future is overpopulation. There's this guy who's called the Mega Playboy. And the Mega Playboy is shall we say, fertile. And he starts all off by having sex with 100 women. And each of those women have a boy, and then that boy grows up to have sex with 100 more women, and they all of them have a boy, and so forth and so on and so on and so on, to the point that the Earth is about to die because there's of overpopulation. So this woman named Karen is sent back in time to find the Mega Playboy and shoot him with this DNA bullet. And this bullet is supposed to not kill the person, but change their DNA so that whatever's supposed to happen doesn't happen. So in this case, she's supposed to find the Mega Playboy, shoot him, and save the world, the future world, by not having an overcrowded population, by making sure this guy never turns into the Mega Playboy. Well, Junta apparently is a 99.9% match for the Mega Playboy. So she shows up and she basically shoots him. And not only does she shoot him, she shoots him with the wrong bullet. So instead of stopping him from being the Mega Playboy, we think, she turns him into the Mega Playboy. So there are moments when he's about to be sexually aroused and he's about to vomit on the girl, right? He suddenly turns into the Mega Playboy. He suddenly bulks up somehow. He becomes more handsome, and his voice gets deeper, and he knows what to say. He's not that awkward teenager around beautiful women. So that's basically DNA Squared in a nutshell. So why does this anime always pop up? Why do people know about it? Why do people actually return to it? The only reason why I'm doing this review is because the other night I signed up for a free service. I believe it was Retro Crush. No, I'm not. That's not a sponsor vendor sponsor or anything like that. But I signed up for Retro Crush, and of all the choices that I had to watch my first anime on that, what did I choose? I chose DNA Squared. Why did I go back to DNA Squared? I know what it's about. I know it's not that good. Yeah, there's a few chuckles that you can get out of it. But why do you go back to it? Why do people know about it? Why? Well, there's some theories out there. One of the theories out there, which was actually I just learned about talking to other otaku, is the fact that the trailer for this anime was thrown onto a whole bunch of like ADV, CD, DVD discs that, you know, how back in the day that you would subscribe to various anime magazines like New Type and stuff like that, and they would have the ADV disc inside, you know, that had the trailer or maybe an episode or two of certain anime. So apparently there was a real big push to put that into those kinds of media. So there's that, and there's the other part that this is actually based on the manga, like I said, written by was it Masakazu Katsura, who did what did he do here? He did Zetman, and I'm trying to figure out what the other one. Oh, Video Girl Eye and Zetman. So we're talking about a manga that was written by a guy who actually had some manga chops, right? So maybe that's part of it. Maybe it was based on a popular manga. Was the manga popular? Actually, it was. It went on for about a year on Shonen Jump Weekly, and it fills 5 tenobokens. So, you know, clearly there is some love for this, at least the manga for it, which, by the way, is out of print as far as I know, so it's very hard to come by. They re-released the anime in 2014 as part of, I think, just a big overall licensing agreement. And so it came back into the Otaku collectiveness, and maybe more people came across it. I can only tell you that for myself, the reason why I keep coming back to this anime is because of the intro song. The intro song to DNA Squared is actually incredibly very good. Now, it's definitely 90s J-pop, no way around that, but it's good 90s J-pop. It's Larkin Cell, and it's called Blurry Eyes. And it is for the time period, it is a very good song. So maybe I wanted to hear the song again, that's why I watched the anime. I have no idea. All I can tell you, that's a horrible anime. I would like to get a hold of the manga because I've never read the manga, and I would like to see how the manga looks, because clearly this had a budget. Clearly someone thought this was a good idea, and maybe the manga really is one of those things where it's just the manga is better. I would really like to find out. So, in the end, am I recommending DNA Square to you? Yes and no. DNA Squared is one of those kind of rites of passage, I think, where, you know, if you're going to be into anime, you should also watch the bad stuff. Like, if you're really into it, if you're otaku level, you should know about it. So yeah, you should watch it based on that. And if you do decide to watch it, have fun with it. Get some whiskey, make some drinking games out of it, because it's just not that great. It's not that good. If you're not on that level and you want to spend your time on better anime, newer anime, new things, or, you know, quality classic animation, don't waste your time. And if anybody out there has the full box set or book set of the manga, let me know. I might make an offer for you. So yeah, there is that. So anyway, at the end of the day, DNA Squared, it's pretty bad. Don't waste your time unless you just want to have a bucket list to fill out. But do check out, I'll put the link down below for the video of Blurry Eyes, where you get to see Larkin Cell in their early days, and you get to see Hyde being very, very androgynous. Okay, so that's it for the review of DNA Squared. So we're at the end of the video, and I'd like to remind you and invite you to come over to Geek Archaeology on Saturdays at 8 o'clock, where we do deep dives onto a particular anime. Last week we did Pompoko. This week we're going to do Metropolis, and that's one of my favorites. So the three of us are going to go into a deep dive and talk about nothing but Metropolis from 8 to 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock is the weekly dig, where the three of us talk about anime news for an hour, 2 or 3. Last week we went on for 3.5 hours. So anyway, actually it's a fun time. We have a chat board that's up, so, you know, please come by, watch for a while, watch the whole thing, ask us questions, please do. I'll put the link down below for it. And as always, there's a link to Unagi Radio number 9, if I can speak today. And today, or this week's Unagi Radio is going to be very experimental, so just to warn you. I have a whole bunch of AMVs ready for you over at the SideTube, the Unagi Observer SideTube, and the theme is Tezuka. So enjoy those videos as well. The links will all be down below. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe. If we get up to 250 subscribers, we will do free digital sushi. And who does not want free digital sushi? So make sure that you at least like it and maybe subscribe. That would be awesome. That would make me very happy. So in this time of COVID-19, make sure that you are wearing your mask, that you're doing the social distancing, and doing what you need to do to stay well and stay healthy and stay happy, because someday it really would be cool for me to meet some of you all out there, and I do want to meet you all out there. So again, thank you so much for watching these videos. Love you guys, and be safe and have a great week.